Hey, this is Eric, and today we're checking out the Randall V2 Hybrid guitar amp head. So we're going to talk a little bit about this amp. Now this amp originally came out in 2008, and at that time they were really trying to find kind of a new heavy sound. And Randall experimented with these hybrid amps, and there were a lot of bands that were using these. Guys like Arch Enemy was one of them. Fear Factory was another one, and even the guys from Overkill used them for a while because it had a very cool sound. Just unique, heavy, clean sound. And what's cool about this head is it is a hybrid head, so it has two preamp section with a solid state power amp, and it has a 400 watt power amp section. Now some of the cool things about this amp is it is a 3-channel amp. So you have a clean channel here, and then your EQ is right here, and you also have the graphic EQ section and then an effects loop that you can also turn on. In addition to that, it has density and presence, has a master volume and then a channel volume for each channel. So the clean channel right here, this would be the gain and then the level. And then if you switch over to the overdriven channel, channel 2, this channel is a solid state distortion channel. So this would be very similar to, let's say, a Pantera type sound where you have Dimebag was using this kind of a solid state Randall power amp. In addition to that, it has a push-pull section on channel 2 that adds more gain. I really like this, and I typically use it in this section. And when you activate this graphic EQ, I mean, you can really scoop it and it really energizes the sound of this amp. In addition to that, then you can go to channel 3. Now on channel 3, this is the actual tube-driven preamp channel. So there's little toggle switches here. You have a loose and a tight section, and I really prefer the tight. I don't really care for the loose sound. And then you have a bright and a normal setting, and I, again, really like the bright setting on this. And what I found is you can really get crazy and do like a V scooped on your EQ, and it sounds great when you're jamming it in a room. But anytime you really want to crank this thing up, I think you're better off to have more of a flatter type sound. Last thing I would say is my favorite setting on this is the graphic EQ set like this, channel 2 with the boost pulled and with the gain set relatively low, running with the tube screamer. Cool thing about the level control is you can really crank this and push the preamp section of the amp, and then with the master section over here, that's where you get that power. Now this amp is a very clean sounding amp because of the solid state power section, and I really liked how this thing performed. This is one of my favorite amps over the years just because it's very unique. It has a very unique sound. It's almost like a clean, more of a Marshall type sound. So hey, let's check out the guitars right here, and we're going to use channel 2. Now channel 2 does not use the tube preamp section, so this is the full solid state tone. Here it is. Now let's check out that same sound in a full mix. Here it is. To wrap up this video, I'd like to leave you with a couple other thoughts on this amp. One is that it is a very tight amp. So much so that it was my main amp for a long time, and I really struggled to find anything even remotely close to what this thing is capable of. The last thing of it is with a solid state power amp, I really had to drive the preamp section of this amp to try to get into the gain territories that I like. Once you can get the gain structure right, that power amp just really delivers all day long. So hey, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, click like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you get notified on future videos. Thanks for watching. My name's Eric. We'll see you in the next video.